first father and son legacy conversation is happening today. Pastor Chris Wimberley Sr. and to his son, Pastor Chris Wimberley Jr.
You got to be careful because first they might try to connect with me because of him, or they'll connect with him because of me.
The manipulation, they do it for strategy. Is that what they're saying? They have an end goal in mind?
You can live your life, but you have to be you have to be walking on eggshells 24/7, constant. I just know the danger, not being arrogant of your name. I don't want to mess that up for him and also for me.
Don't miss out on your childhood. My father didn't want me to preach. I said, Dad, why do you want me to preach? He said, because I knew that you were going to have to go through some of the same things that I went through. And I didn't want you to have to do that.
Because he took off so fast and calls everywhere and exposure everywhere. That is good, but, I'm just trying to want to have that balance too, though, because, he's 15 and not 51. Because I don't want him to get 51 and try to be 15.
I know I'm on a different path. I know who I am. I do have a childhood, but certain things I can't do as a child. Because this generation, they do what adults do.
Hey, what's up? I was just checking out my YouTube analytics, and I'm really kind of surprised. You know what? Maybe you thought you were subscribing. YouTube would do crazy stuff and they'll unsubscribe you, this, that, and the other. But do me a favor, please. You already know the song and dance. The more people subscribe, the more it gets pushed out. I really want this content to get pushed out. So if you think you've subscribed, check and make sure. If you haven't subscribed, don't make YouTube analytics think elsewise. All right, back to the episode. It's an adjustment.
An adjustment is the right word.
Y'all wondering who I'm talking to, right? Say something. Don't say your name. Just
good afternoon.
All right, you say something.
Hello.
Y'all want to know who it is, right? I'm Jasper Williams III, host of Legacy Conversations, and welcome to another edition. Y'all, I don't know how many of these things we recorded, but everyone have been different. Everyone have. Y'all do the conjugation of the verb. Everyone is different, and every flavor. Greg Davis said something in one of his little endorsements. He said, y'all know what? This man be doing these conversations without any notes. And he's right, but the reason why is because they're conversations. And when you have conversations with people, you don't need any notes. You get a chance to go along their journey. They get a chance to come along yours. So welcome again. And thank you so very much for your support. Today, T-U-H-D-A, today, I have one of the first father, next to me and dad were first, whole different story. But the first father and son legacy conversation is happening today. Welcome to Pastor Chris Wimberley Sr. and to his son. Should I call you pastor? Minister? I'm going to call you pastor by faith. Pastor Chris Wimberley Jr. Y'all, glad y'all are with us, with me, and with them for Legacy Conversations. Welcome.
Thank you.
Man, y'all are clean. I'm like, you know what? Usually folks say, if I'd known you were wearing that, I would have worn this. This is how I do these, right? So y'all walked in smelling like roses and, got your ankles showing and, the loafers on and this, that, and the other. I don't look, wait, this is my show. This is my show. Are you clean, partner?
Thank you.
I said, you clean, partner.
Thank you.
Man, you're raising a man. I know what that feels like. 15, my son is 22. What does it feel like to raise not just a preacher, but let's start with a man? What does that feel like?
Man, it has its benefits, but also has its, I don't want to say burden, but it has its
responsibility.
Responsibility. Of course, got to keep my eye on a lot of stuff because, as you know, times are totally different from when we was coming up.
Yep.
And so kind of a lot of out there to try to keep him away from much as I can. But,
yeah. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. There's a whole lot in that little chuckle. Whole lot in that chuckle.
Yeah.
So you're raising a black man too, which is totally different. I mean, we'd have to say, how does it feel to have a father who is popular, who is gifted, who is multifaceted, a preacher, a pastor, a businessman? What does it feel like to have that kind of tutelage?
Genuinely, I just think that when it's kind of different, such a way, you don't have a lifestyle to everybody else. You really don't.
What does that mean?
In such a way of, people who you talk to, who you connect with, you got to be careful because first they might try to connect with me because of him, or they'll connect with him because of me. And not in a way of ignorance, but in a way of saying, you really can't, you can live your life, but you have to be you have to be walking on eggshells 24/7, constant.
So like the manipulation, they're trying to, they do it for strategy. Is that what they're saying? They have a end goal in mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris, I imagine that you know what to do with crap like that. For folk trying to get for the audience. For the audience. Let me tell you my story. I've known Chris for, gosh, at least 25 years. At least 25 years.
Yeah, at least 25. Yeah.
Because I know I had you come and preach our first, me and Alicia's anniversary. I don't remember when that was, and I know that Jordan was fairly new to our family. So I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
So I said, hey Chris, love to have you and your son on the show. You got to know him. Well, what you want? Do you remember that?
I remember that.
What you want? And that's just, you're supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be the gatekeeper, of your son at 15, because we know how people can be.
Yeah.
And people are spelled with an N. We know how people can be.
Right.
In wanting something from, what we have. My father was like that. Dad was very, very cautious of me. Dad didn't want me to preach. Did you want him or not?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, if I can. I saw it on him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I was excited. And then he, and told me he answered his call to the ministry. The process, procedures that you go through.
Yeah.
Excited on one end, but then on another end, I was like, because he took off so fast and calls everywhere and exposure everywhere. And that is good, but, I'm just I want him to have that balance too, though, because, he's 15 and not 51. Because I don't want him to get 51 and try to be 15.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Boy.
You feel me?
Do I?
Yeah.
And I got a warning for you as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, but sometimes I stay on him sometime and I be like, well, no, CJ, I think we need to do this. Or CJ, you might not need to go here. You might not need to do that, So, like I just say, it's exciting on one end, but on the other end I'm very cautious. I am, and I want him to enjoy those teenage years as much as he can. I mean, he loves the Lord. He loves preaching. He loves preachers. He loves church. He used to play football and basketball, and he was playing those things. He played instruments too, and everything.
What you play?
Running back.
And what instruments you play? Drums. Yep. But I bet you play drums at church, not at the school you go to.
Right.
Right.
Right. And he plays the organ.
Really?
Backs me up sometime on Sundays.
Yeah? Well, I mean, that's amazing to have a preacher back up a preacher.
Yeah.
Because he got that cadence.
Yeah.
He got that cadence. Yeah.
Yeah, so he backs me up sometimes. So it's like when he started, preaching and going different places, like the other stuff that most kids would do is kind of like on the back burner a little bit now. So he's excited about preaching, excited about going, excited about even today, he's excited, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a joy.
Yeah.
It is, because, there are probably some parents who wish their children was in that line of doing it with so much going on, but also got to keep them guarded. Yeah.
That's one of those things that as a father, you are protective, of your child, because let me not talk about me. I'll double back. So people try to get to him through you?
Sometimes it happens, but mostly it's people, let me put it like this. It's people rarely try to come through me to get to know him, but most of the times it's people trying to get to know me in a way of like, in the name of, I know CJ Wimberley.
Yep.
And, I'm cool with it, but honestly, I'm very to myself. I speak, shake hands, smile, but then I just know the danger, not being arrogant of your name.
Yep.
And I don't want to mess that up for him and also for me.
Yep. Yep. You are living in a place that I don't know. I could probably count on one hand now. I have some fingers left over to have the kind of responsibility, even pressure that you have, or even expectation that you have. I remember one of the things with me is that everybody wanted to know if I could preach like my daddy. I remember walking through the convention halls one time, and somebody said, "Are you moaning like your daddy? Are you moaning yet?" I said, "Excuse me?" Because I went to, "Are you moaning?" I'm like, "Moaning? What is moaning?" He said, "Can you pull it like your daddy?" I said, "No, I can't, but neither can you."
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
There's only one JW, right? But I had the wherewithal to know that I really wanted to find myself. And I knew that I wasn't built like dad. The vocal capacity, the rhythm, the rhythmic, wasn't raised in the same kind of environment, the same schooling. And so it took me a while to find myself and in some regards, I still think that I am. Even this, doing the podcast, I had to let some things go, let something go to pick this up. But this was my calling. I knew this is where God had me, or was taking me or bringing me, however you want to put it. And I need to say this, and I'm going to say this in front of your father. Don't miss out on your childhood. I started to say it earlier. My father didn't want me to preach. I said, "Dad, why do you want me to preach?" He said, "Because I knew that you were going to have to go through some of the same things that I went through. And I didn't want you to have to do that." Now, we talking about pick whatever it is that you can go through. And Dad was saying, "I love you enough. I don't want you to have to deal with these kinds of things." That's why he didn't want me to preach. Every father is different.
Yeah.
Dad, you're guarding your son.
Yeah.
My father was guarded of me and my brother. And so I would say that I lost a bit of my childhood. I think you were talking about this earlier. I lost some of my childhood because I didn't know how to be a child. Yeah. What do you say to that comment? I'm going to ask a follow-up question.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it again?
Sure. Let me see if I can't put it a different way. Seeing a man that used to be where you are, and I'm telling you, I felt like I, as a man, missed out on some of what life had to offer because I was having to be responsible, package myself in a certain way, have a name. How does it make you feel? I know I'm identifying with where you are, but do you hear from any different ears for me to say, "Yep, I know what it was like to have to come home"? Like, you're listening to me now, okay? And I'm your age. And I'm saying, Mama, when Aunt Liz dropped me off, there was this white chalk line around the house, which was witchcraft. Mama, the guy who would cut our grass, found this jar with stuff that was in it.
Wow.
Mama, they make fun at me at school because they say, preacher boy, preacher boy. How would that make you feel? How does that make you feel? If I'm 15, how does it make you feel?
When I go to school and they call me preacher boy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You want my honest?
Please. This is legacy. This is a conversation, partner.
I don't care. Cause I mean, I know who I am. And it's not a way of ignorance, but like, if you be honest, they the ones who follow me. So little do you know, they might be members at my church. So you never know. I don't really care for all that. Cause I mean, I know I'm on a different path. I know who I am. I know I don't know everything, but I do know that, I mean, I'm going to be with them for 4 years. I'm already a freshman, so they going to move on. And you're going to always have people like that. You can't escape from that. Yeah. So I've always accepted that you will be called preacher boy. You will be, why does your voice change when you preach? Or why do you got to holler? Or why all these type of crazy questions. But I mean, I've always kind of dealt with that. Can't go out certain places. Mm-hmm. And, I do want to have a childhood, but hold on, let me rephrase that. I do have a childhood, but certain things I can't do as a child. Because this generation, they do what adults do. Mm-hmm. So the things that the children do, that adults do, I can't do it.
What are some things that children are doing like adults?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Man, he sounds just like you when he's
oh, man.
Come on, put it out there.
Smoking weed and drinking and this is common. Sex before marriage and girls. And I was going to get to that, but that is, I can't. Preacher can't talk about water turning into wine on Sunday and then you go drink a bottle of liquor on Monday. You just can't. You can't. And smoking weed and I just don't think that.
But weed is from the earth. God, he's from the earth.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about like THC, not the weed for your medication.
So you talking about this
kind of weed.
That's what y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, came from the earth. What's wrong with that?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but it puts you in a capacity and state of saying like.
What if I told you I smoke weed?
You do?
I said, what is?
Oh, I'm sorry. If you
For the record, I do not smoke weed, all right? Let's be clear. That'd be the wrong clip to have. What if I told you I smoke weed?
I mean, is it medication?
No, it ain't medication. No, it's information for entertaination. Helps me chill out.
Oh, no.
Could we be friends?
Yeah.
We good.
But now I'm going to remind you every now and then.
You want some of this? You want some of this?
No, apart from me, I should never knew you. No, sir. No, sir. And I have friends like that though.
Yeah.
But they have a respect of saying, we can't give CJ this because we know his path. Mm. And so I don't want to be around friends who's going to be like, let's destroy his path, but in a way of, we know his path. So when it's time for them to do that, I'm not there. And they make sure I'm not there.
I want to talk about T.I. and changing from drugs, from the dope game into where he is now. But the reason why I was pushing you on that, first you got your head on right. Your daddy and your mama not going to let it be any other way. The reason why I was pushing that is because everybody ought to live like that. Everybody, adult, child, elderly, they ought to want to live with a respect for God. Now, we might have some different parameters on what that looks like. But you should always keep that as a young preacher and as a middle-aged, as an adult, always keep. I remember my dad one time, we were talking about virginity, and he told me, he said, thirdum. Did you know what he called me? Did you know that's what he calls me?
Third.
Yeah. Thirdum. 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 He said, thirdum, you can always be like us. We can never be like you. In other words, I can always give my virginity to someone, but you cannot reclaim your virginity. And I'm saying that there's certain things that you will give away that anybody will take, but you'll never be able to take it back. Man, it's like I'm sitting here looking at myself, giving some
Wow.
wisdom and reliving some of the places that I grew up. I grew up as a child. You look like your mom, you like your dad, but you kind of favor, you favor your mom a good bit.
Why you look like CJ?
My daddy. And act like my daddy. And
That's always.
my
You
daddy.
look like CJ. Your dad, right?
My dad.
Well,
he
like,
does. He does favor his mom. He does.
yeah, I see
He
some
does.
mom features. I see some mom features. What do you think? Like you or your wife?
Man, at one time it was all me.
Yep.
Now you done changed. You kind of favor her a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
You won't let it go.
I don't want to let it go.
No, no, that's
he
my
was
son.
me all the way at one time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
for
yep.
real, for real.
When'd you start preaching?
You know how preachers have like they preach one time and then they preach like on the road. I don't know how
They
to
preach
explain it.
one time and then preach on the road. I don't understand what you're saying.
Can I explain?
Please,
Okay.
yeah.
So basically what happened is CJ got licensed last month.
Mhm.
But CJ started doing it's really amazing. He did a youth day one day. And when he did a youth day, it went viral. So when it got viral, he started going different places. He was going somewhere every other Sunday.
Yep.
So that's what he's probably trying to explain. Where, officially licensed, my initial sermon was last month of April of 2026.
Yeah.
But he been doing this speaking and preaching maybe for like 2 years.
Just 2 years? And you've developed as much as you have. I saw a clip of you at Jerry Black's church. You remember that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how'd you get invited there?
My daddy. Well, like not my dad, but like
I was about to say that was your dad put in a good word for you?
they always had this saying of "we gonna get you," because
I know how that went.
Yeah.
I know how that went. It was Beulah's church anniversary.
Okay.
And I was the guest preacher there.
Uh-huh.
The youth pastor was in the back of the office. And I guess he had seen a clip of CJ before. We were just talking. He seen a clip of CJ during a youth day. And him and CJ had a conversation. And he just was, amazed talking to CJ. And he said, we're going to get him for youth day. I said, for real? He said, yeah, we're going to work on that. And that's how that happened. I was over there preaching for Pastor Black. And CJ was in the back of the office with me because he always liked to go in the back. Most folk, they go out in the audience.
Beat girls.
Right.
15.
He back in the back with me. And so the youth pastor there invited him. And they called right shortly after that and asked him to be, on the youth. I think he saw a clip. I don't know where he was at, but he saw a clip of him preaching somewhere.
Yeah. It is so dope to have a father that is known and to have a son that is on his way to making his way there.
Yeah.
If it were me, if somebody would ask me, let me see, I wasn't ordained until August of 1990, because I went to college September of 90.
Okay.
That's when we had semesters. So school started in September instead of in August. So I wasn't ordained until then. Licensed or ordained. But I've been preaching since I was called when I was 8, started preaching when I was 9.
Wow.
And from that point, what's that, 10 years? However long it was, 10 plus years that I was preaching. So you've only been preaching for two. What, you remember the date of your first sermon?
well, officially,
No, your first sermon. You stood up for, you said it was a youth day?
it was in Moss Point, Mississippi. My
All
first
right,
time.
and when was that?
June 17th, I think,
Of,
2022.
okay. So you were 11 when you started?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that would be roughly 2022. What are you sitting there thinking about?
Hmm?
What are you sitting there thinking? I've been talking to your dad and I kind of see your eyes. I don't know if it's their 15-year-old eyes, kind of blank out for a minute.
15-year-old eyes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just curious.
I'm thinking about.
Think about what you were thinking about, maybe, and then we'll think about coming back to that. So how do you handle girls?
Oh God.
Yes, CJ, how you handle girls?
Oh God.
You should have told me what you were thinking about.
Woo. Okay, so let me put it like this.
You gonna be honest with me?
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
So
Do you know what girls like? What women like in general?
oh yeah, I know how to treat them right. Yeah.
No. Do you know what they like when they see something? They like a place of power. That there's something about a powerful man that woos women to them. And there is no better place than to be in power than in a pulpit, because people are listening to what you're saying. And if you're saying something the way in their cadence or the way that they're already awed that you're 15. So for you to be in a place of power, that'll get some girls' attention. So how do you handle girls? Because we're not talking about women.
Right.
Girls,
how do you handle girls?
sometimes I gotta, put them in their place in such a way.
Woo, that's a strong way to put it. What do you mean? What do you mean?
They get out of hand. They kind of, CJ, can we go out to the movies? Okay, yeah, we can go out. But, I gotta be like, I gotta be real careful. Why you gotta be all careful? Because I'm a preacher. And not in a way of, people could take 10 and make it 10,000. So if I'm sitting in the back of a movies with a girl with my arm around her, they're gonna think I'm about to do something. Let's put it like that. But the way I handle them, date them, like them. Now, I ain't finna give them no $100, but take care of them, love them, kiss them, and that's it. And then, I'm a freshman. I'm not finna be loyal. You're not finna be my wife. I'm not finna call you first lady, because some girls actually look for that. They want power. They want call me this and put me out on here.
Yeah, them the ones you don't want.
Yeah,
But I think what he asking you is, from right, he's asking you, how do you deal with it with them coming at you and things like that? Because I'm quite sure you have that, because I see it when I go hear you preach. I went to one church, and as soon as church is over with, they were just all around them. So like, how do you now? I don't know how to get it, because these days they don't write their number on no paper.
Yeah, what's your IG?
Yeah, IG. That's
Instagram,
all of that.
yeah.
So I don't get a chance to check it that much, but I do see something every now and then. So I guess he asking you like, how do you? Is it what you ask? Like, how do you disciple? Who gets your attention?
Yeah. How do you handle the attention that girls give you? Is what I was talking about, and you gave me, how it is that you do that. Now, a part 2 follow-up question that you would ask that you think he missed was what? You talking about the women swimming, or the
Right.
young ladies or the girls swimming.
Right.
Did you not see that?
I did, but they're like, how do I handle? Oh, I tell you how. I'll give them my Instagram, tell them to follow me, and I don't follow them back.
Ooh.
And I tell them sometimes I tell them I don't run it. Because
That's a player move right there.
Because
No, we're leaving this in here. We're leaving this in here.
If I
Go
like
ahead.
them,
Shoot game, player.
if I like them, I'm gonna follow them back.
Yes.
If I don't, then that's your clue that
Yes.
I don't know. Because I see, first thing I see your Instagram.
And
I
you
see-
doing all this stuff.
Yeah, all
did too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the highlights, I see your post, and then I watch you before I follow you back.
Yep.
So I'll search you up, look, see what you're not a creep, but before I follow you back, before somebody click on your page
Right.
and it say CJ Wimberley follow,
Yes.
I gotta make sure nothing crazy, because I see following as not a button, but following as I'm following you. Whenever you post, I'm liking it. Whenever
Yep.
you do, so I'm real.
I guess I am.
I only on Facebook I only follow
That's
4
it.
people out of 23,000.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
real careful.
Yeah.
But I ignore them sometimes. unless you are holy, and the Lord tell me, son.
Wait a minute, hold on, CJ. Go ahead. Let the Lord tell you.
If the Lord tell me she the one, like not the one as a wife, but you need to check her out.
Yeah.
Then I will.
Yeah.
And treat her right. But I don't.
That means you only got 4 that the Lord done spoke about.
I'm sorry.
You know how many you say you follow on Facebook?
Oh, girls? Oh, none. On Instagram, 2 I probably spoke to.
You got to vet them.
Yeah, then you got to check them out.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah. You look on their stuff. Now, you done brought up something else. CJ, how you know if they holy? By what you see? Let me not even help you on this one.
I pray. So that's the first thing I do.
Amen. That's good.
I pray. And then I can tell because the Lord, every time first of all, I know if it's fit for me, then it'll be a breeze. For example, at another school, I prayed about it. I didn't get an answer, and it was a difficult time putting in the process. GAC, easy breeze. If it's meant for you, it'll go for you in such a way. So that kind of favors with the girls, but to go back on track, the way I know they're holy is not by going to church, not about shouting and dancing, by your fruit. How do you react in situations? Do you pray? Do you have a connection? Are you on the same page? Do you, and then by what you do, are you out there? Are you committed? Are you loyal? All that type of stuff. So, mainly my main source on how I know is discernment, wisdom, and prayer.
That's good. Now, do you think that you got some homies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Homies from school that you're in now, or some of the school you were in?
No, I don't talk to them from the old school.
Yeah, but you got homies now.
No.
Your fellas. Okay. Do you think that you're rubbing off on them? Or you think that it's neutral? Or do you think that they are, we ain't gonna tell nobody, it's just me and you. Don't worry about the camera. We're not just me and you. Do you think that they are rubbing off on you? You understand the question? Okay, go ahead.
I'm not rubbing off of them, but I know they rub off of me. Even my preacher friends, they rub off of me a little bit. And
so you're answering from the question of,
I never thought about. I know what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, help me out, because it's like he did inverse math.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're rubbing off on you, meaning you're becoming like them.
They become more like
they'll
you.
become more like me.
That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
His joke done winked at me. he done winked at me. You know what it's called in scripture? It's called discipleship.
Mm.
If you are making an impact on somebody else to help them see more Jesus, you're discipling them. And most churches, pastors, people in ministry, let me not say most, but a lot don't realize that discipleship happens outside of a Sunday school classroom. Discipleship is when you're getting with somebody and you're helping them see your holiness, how you treat a girl, how you vet a girl, how you pray and hear from God. You're discipling them. If there's one thing, if you disagree, Chris, you let me know. If there's one thing that I hope that you never forget, is that your ministry is beyond your squall.
Yes, sir.
That your ministry is beyond the text that you take. That your life is a ministry. Come on, jump in, Doc.
I'm going to jump in.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. And we had these conversations all the time.
If I'm wrong, correct me.
No, you're right. You're right. Yes, I was like, you definitely right. And me and CJ had these conversations all the time when he's posting stuff. I said, CJ, why don't you post? He does now better with it. I said, why don't you post your word? I know we post the closing. Don't get me wrong. I love closing. You know what I'm saying? I'm brought up on it. Still do it every now and then. But CJ gave a devotional for GAC one time. And it was so good, man.
I'm sure it was.
It was so good. And I was like, and I saw a different kind of audience respond to it. That was like, this was impactful. This was great. Enjoyed your words, CJ. This was, he was standing in front of GAC with a red shirt, reading his scripture and, expounded on it. It was phenomenal. And I was trying to show him, I said, CJ, you want to be able to capture both audience, but he had a different kind of audience that chimed in on it that really needed that word.
Paul said, I became all things to all men. And you were in that perfect, moldable place. You agree?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
You're in that perfect, moldable place that you should become aware that Sunday morning. So you don't preach the same way at a Spirit-filled church as you would a Pentecostal church, as you would a traditional Baptist church. Right or wrong?
Correct.
All right. And you wouldn't do that because you read the room.
Read the room.
Yep. Do you close your sermons differently in all the three?
I have. It'd be different.
Yes.
Or like a baccalaureate.
Exactly.
Right.
Because you become all things to all men.
Perfect.
You've got to know what they will hear. I mean, you go to a Methodist church with white folk in there. Are you going to tune up? Are you going to bring your audience, your organist?
Let me tell you something. I did that one time.
Well, bad example.
No, listen, no.
Okay, all right.
No, experience. Teachable moment. I did that one time.
Got you.
Did that one time. About 25 years ago. Did that one time.
Just sitting there looking at you.
What? Walked out. I took a few people with me, and they had boosted me up.
Yeah.
They said, and when you get over there, Pastor, don't you change.
Yeah.
We got your back.
You listen to the wrong voice.
Man, I went in there, and I went in that church, and I was, preaching. They was nodding their head.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and go for it.
Yeah.
And I turned that corner, and I was going in, and wasn't nobody moving.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to go harder.
Yeah.
And even the people that told me to do it, they were sitting there looking like I don't know what he doing. And people was walking out. That was the most embarrassing moment of my ministry, but it was a teachable moment.
Yeah, just keep Don aware of you.
It's one of them. It's one of them. It had to happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen. And a lot of things that I went through in ministry in 97 all the way up to now, I realized why I went through it. So I could tell him and teach him what not to do. Yep. But I'll let you go because that's a good point.
I remember one time I was preaching at the National Baptist Convention late night. It was for, what's the other convention? The one Thurston was over, National Baptist USA, I think it was. Me and Dad were preaching, and Granddaddy used to tell folks he would take Dad with him. As long as he was not in school, Dad would go wherever he wanted to, whenever, with Granddad. And Granddaddy would stand up and say, he wouldn't tell him up front. It wasn't no sending letters and the riders and so forth. And Granddad would say, I'm not preaching until my son preach first. You will hear him preach first. Pastor would say, no, that's just going to, Dad would leave. Granddad would leave. He would not do it. But he was doing it for the same reason. He knew that he had a platform that he was creating for Dad, for him to stand on. So here we are at the convention, and Dr. Thurston didn't ask Dad and then Dad for it. He asked both of us. He was doing this father-son thing. And talk about a moment in ministry. Mm-hmm. So I'm up there with my word, and I'm exegeting the text and this, that, and the other. And National Baptist Convention late night, they just, for the sake of this conversation, they were the Methodists, the other way. They wanted to close.
Okay.
I'm trying to get there. And they look at me. Dad gets up. He goes, come on now. He said, ooh. I didn't catch it, CJ. He said, that's enough.
Oh, he told you it was enough?
In my ear. Well, I got confused. I must be preaching this. Yes.
Wow.
Doc, I was dying like a road lizard. I was going to my property in Flunkyville.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I just thought about
A
something.
teachable moment
Teachable
in ministry. You have to have those moments. Go ahead.
I just thought about something. When you said your dad said that's enough,
Uh-huh.
I don't get a chance to hear much because
You doing your thing.
I'm going. But I went to go hear him in a revival one night and gave a great word. And he was to the close. It was great. But I found myself up there telling him, I was in the front. I was like, all right, come on. Where everybody else say amen. Yeah. I was telling him, all right, bring it on in. What was I told you? I was telling you something. I felt like a coach. Yeah. Because I didn't want him to do too much.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, come on, but I guess that's that father in you.
That father,
like,
right?
That father in you. Like, okay, I know everybody else is like, yeah, but it's like, okay, bring it on.
Right.
Bring it. So right. I guess I'm guilty of that too, though.
I mean, but who wouldn't?
Yeah.
No father would let his child walk into a stampede.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't do it. Have you felt your father pull you back?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. And my dad say this all the time, but I think my dad was holding me back, because pulling back is where you've already.
No, he not asking you that. He asking you doing your. I'm gonna get to that what you're just talking about, but he's talking about like you talking about what I do. He's preaching. Do you feel like I'd be pulling him back?
Well, in whatever regard, not only in that illustration, but like, do you pull him back in? No, you going too far on this word, or you pull him back in? You don't hoop that quick. You don't like pulling him back, even from. All right, you don't need to be with this group of friends. My question was, do you ever feel your dad pulling you back? But if that's what you want to answer first, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's two different. It's two different things we're talking about. He was talking about, like, he thought I was trying to hold him back because he was such in a hurry to get those licenses because he was going so much. And I guess he thought that I was kind of holding him back. But it's that thing like every father had, like your dad had. Yep. I don't want him to, I want to hold him back, but I just wanted to, but I went ahead and finally did it though. But, he thought I was holding. Is that what you was talking about, CJ?
Yeah, in such a way of not. Holding is where, like, I'm holding it, for instance. And pulling is where you done went out there and I got to rear you back in. And so I believe he's pulling me back now, but back then I believe he was holding me. But yeah, he does pull me back. He tries to sugarcoat it, but I kind of catch it with the, he'll give me looks. If I'm, like, recently I sung at a funeral and, read the room, that they ain't that type of, type of crowd. And, I pulled it one time and he gave me like the most, I promise you, I felt like God came through him and he just gave me the most death stare look of eternity. I promise you. I don't know how he does it, but he just. And
he's a father. It's easy. You're his son.
And
but
then
go ahead.
I remember at the revival too, because that's the only time he can hear me. He has his own church and all. But I heard at the revival, he gave me the same look. He was like, come on, like, because I think I closed it. I think I went too long in the close. Mm-hmm. And it's a quartet church. Mm-hmm. Quartet, it's law. But, they was looking for the singing. Yeah. I love to pray. Oh. Mm-hmm. He gives me the look. And he was like, come on, you got to wrap it up. So I believe he pulls me back in the motion type of thing instead of before.
Yeah. Man, be grateful for that. I know you might not get it all now.
Yeah.
But these are all lessons that make a preacher a preacher. And I don't hear you not being grateful for it. I'm just saying when those moments come, this man ain't gonna let nothing happen to you.
I try to tell him sometimes less is more.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, be grateful. In some regards, you're holding him back. In some regards, you're pulling on him. And some stuff you just he's gonna have to learn because of you. You are in touch with a generation in a way in which he can't be just on sheer age.
That's true.
And your generation will listen to you more quickly even than they'll listen to him. So when I came home from seminary, I am 23, 24, the internet was just starting to hit. They still sending mail and walking Post-it notes around and the stationery wasn't consistent and homogenized and none of those kinds of things. I said, Dad, we can do email now. What's email? Dad said, I use knee mail. Well, let's do some knee mail while you're emailing. But he let me completely redo the office procedures. If you look at the 2 locations now, there's a corporate color match. That's because of me. So Dad was giving me freedom in some places, and he was letting me hold him back from continuing to do it an old way. So it goes both ways.
Wow.
I want you to see that. I want you to see that every time your father says no, isn't because he's being whatever. Oh, Dad's being Dad. I know it's happened to me. That Dad will hold me back. And I feel like this is the biggest waste of time. And later on, begin to see, old man was right. And then later on, he'd begin to see, I'm right. So it is a duality that's here. It is a push-pull. This is a yin-yang. This goes both ways. And I'll tell you about it later. So anyway, just be aware of that. We're gonna start to wrap this one up. I want to know what your intentions are, college, where you want to end up. But remember, I said about T.I. The reason why I brought that up is because T.I. had to make his decision. And we're talking about holiness, not holy, this is righteously. He had to make his decision that I'm not going to keep doing what I am doing, selling dope. Either I'm going to have to choose. And he had people in his ear that was saying, I remember T.I. tells a story. That was his one dope dealer. He was the plug. He was getting his work from. And he said, when he made his mind up to get out the game, he said he took the money to go pay the man off. And the man said, just keep it. Don't worry about it. If you getting out, you stay out. Don't worry about it. But you get back in, where's my money? And my whole point in saying that is you have to make some decisions sometime. And some people will not like your decisions, but stay on the road that you're on. Yeah. What do you want to do? You know where you want to go to college yet?
I do.
Where?
Probably Morehouse.
Yep.
And if I can't go to Morehouse, then I can't be a dumb preacher. So I got to go to college.
You been around JW?
You know, that's who told him.
That sounds like a familiar quote. No more dumb preachers.
That's him, Doc.
Dad stood one time, he said, I'm the last dumb preacher y'all ever have. So Morehouse, you're not going to be a dumb preacher. You plan on going further?
School is hard. I'm going to be real honest with you.
It's supposed to be.
It's pressure. And it forms you and molds you and shapes you in aspects. But I probably, if the Lord willing, give me the strength, Morehouse. If I can get a Morehouse, probably Howard or Liberty somewhere. And I'll get my master's. I'll get my doctoral. And probably in religion, leadership. Because you got to lead the people. And it's hard leading people in such a way. And now at this current moment, probably Morehouse. That's it. I'll probably just go to Morehouse.
So that's cool. What do you want to do?
Go to school for religion, probably seminary like religion.
All right. So do you want to preach while you're in school? You want to pastor while you're there? You want to be an evangelist?
I would mainly all.
Yep.
I want to pastor.
You know it's going to be hard, right?
In college. I know it's going to be hard. But
yeah,
an evangelist, like going out to preach. So I pray. I get a church. I pray for like how everything goes. And I've had visions and dreams about this.
Yep.
Pastoring during the age, particularly in the age of 11th grade through college.
Oh, my goodness.
And
I didn't know that one.
I've prayed about it. And I've had a dream about it. For confirm, I said, Lord, give me a dream. When I started pastoring, I was coming down the stairs. And when I was coming down the stairs at GAC, I had a dream. One of the members said, I'm a member of your church. And they said, we need you to come help. So I checked out of school. This is all in my dream. Came to the church, did some, I don't even know what paper I was signing. Signed some paper off. I guess And then like they bought this type of like LED lights, but that was my dream. And wasn't no big church, because normally when I get the big church, I was going to buy a church.
That made you sign a paper to pastor the church?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say that wasn't God.
No. It was outside of some paper. I didn't know what it was.
All right.
And I would be an evangelist too. See, pastoring, you can't leave your church. You got to build it up in order for you to go out to somebody's church across the whole state on a Sunday morning.
I'm going to interrupt you. It took Dad 11 years to graduate from Morehouse, 12 years, somewhere thereabout. You know why? Because he was pastoring and he was an evangelist. So whenever money comes or opportunity becomes school, you're more likely to choose the opportunity. And if you respect, you respect my father, you respect him. I'm not trying to poo-poo on your dreams. I'm just saying what he told me. I didn't have that opportunity to choose between school. I wasn't in demand. You're in demand. That's gonna be really hard for you to, in your heart, say the right answer. You might say it around your father, but in your heart, it's gonna be the right. It can be hard to say the right answer.
And that was and I tell him that, I'm with you on that. The revival's gonna be there. The conference is gonna be there, you know? But that was me, you know what I'm saying? I started preaching at 19 and, you know, I was doing revivals and I'll never shall forget one time I was in school, but I would leave early because I had to go do a revival. I was doing about 25 revivals a year back then in the 90s. And my professor asked me, what's most important to you right now? School or revivals? Well, the answer I gave was revival. But it took me a long time to finish. But I finished though. I ended up finished. But just to say what you were saying, which I didn't know that about your dad. But yeah, it is kind of hard to pastor, be on the road, and go to school at the same time. And somebody had to remind me, son, it's gonna be there. Yeah. They're gonna be there.
For me, my takeaway was slow down. Because I was on the fast track and I missed out on a lot of my life being a kid, a young adult, because I was trying to get to the pulpit to preach, to help my old man.
Wow.
It's time. I look at my kids, they ain't done summer school yet. But I have tried to live vicariously through them because I was in school all of the time. Undergrad, graduate school, because I was trying to get to the pulpit. So you got both sides. You can try to go too fast and miss out on your life, or you can take too long and miss out on the wrong part of life. I'm just trying to speak wisdom. I respect the Father and the Son that's here. I respect your call. I respect your drive. It's awesome. And I appreciate you. Slow walk it. Don't ever make it. He ain't gonna let you. I keep coming back to you. I look over at you. Just I was gonna say, slow walk it. Giving him advice like you haven't given him. In other words, you're not gonna let him miss school to do a revival because of what you just said.
Yeah,
you just said summers do what you want. But as soon as I be back in school, we ain't doing. That's what I mean.
Oh, his mama is real adamant about that. Boy, don't you?
It is horrible. Like
well, I'm a little lenient because I'm a preacher. Yeah. Ooh, I'm telling you, CJ. I say, CJ, somebody will come see you do a revival. What time it start? How far is it? He need to be in the bed by 9:30. So this whole school year, we got one in. Yeah. But I believe you me, when he put that mic down, he could shake a few hands, but he had to get back, get in the bed.
Security.
Get back in the bed. Yeah, real.
I would guess you're closer to him.
Well, I'm closer more? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I run to my mom about certain things, but when it come down, when I need help, when it come down to girls preaching, talking, all of that.
You know, it's supposed to be like that, right? You're supposed to be closer to your father because you're raising a man. And mom gets to be mom because she's raising a young man. We better say, this will be it. We're gonna wrap it up.
I was about to say, I noticed there are some conversations that him and his mom may have that I may not have with him, but I think when it comes to certain things,
Yep.
such with church and the things people say, you know what I'm saying, how to handle a church when you're preaching, they just looking at you. You know, all those types of things.
Sure. It's been awesome, man. I appreciate both of y'all. I respect the father and son relationship that you all have. And I look forward to hearing great things about you, sir. Keep your holiness. Keep your sanctification. Stay away from women. Stay away from drinking. Because let me tell you this, CJ, the older you get, the bigger the challenge. Stay right where you are, close to your father and close to your mom. And can I pray for you?
Yes, sir.
Father, I just thank you for a chance to look at a young Samuel. I thank you for opportunity to even share some thoughts that I've been raised with that have been wrapped into my body, my being, my mind, and looking at Chris raise CJ. Father, I just bless him as a man, as a preacher man, as a business owner. I thank you for that. Father, I pray that you keep CJ's heart open, pliable, that when he doesn't trust or doesn't like what his daddy or his mom is saying, that he would still remain teachable, that he remain fat, faithful, available, and teachable.
Yes, Lord.
I pray this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Fat. I like that.
Wimberleys, thanks for being here with me.
Man,
Today was good.
Thank you.
Keep squalling, man. Keep hollering. Keep singing. Keep putting that text first. Give me one. Give me one. Give me a squall. Come on. And on that note, peace. Now you done leaned into the microphone. I wait for him to grab it.
Right.
All right.